Twitch, so it's audio only on Twitch for some reason, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Can we just stop broadcasting there and then have Mike go to one of our other?
Oh, it worked. We got video. All right.
What'd you do? You just turned it off and on again?
I just disconnected our account and re-added it. All right. So yeah. So there's going to be some growing pains getting used to being in the same room, but
yeah. I don't think this is going to be our final setup. I don't like this.
Probably.
I was picturing us having like a dedicated podcast. Like we have to tear this down after we record. Like this is Rich's work area.
Tear it down. We can just move it over there.
Whatever. Sounds like we do more work when I say tear it down. We're gonna tear this whole room down.
Oh my god.
But so yeah, I sleep in a tent in the hallway.
It's not a tent.
But I managed to fit my computer desk over there, so I can at least work.
There's a really nice full-size bed.
It's like a kid's bunk bed. Yeah, it is nice. It's made of wood. It's not like one of those Walmart metal rickety ones.
Yeah.
But so all those times, Rich, you can hear like all the background noise and crap in his house. It's because sound travels like right up the staircase into this area.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go to sleep at like 9 o'clock so I can get up for 4 a.m. for work because of the time difference. So I can't get to sleep now because I can hear every single thing that goes on downstairs.
Am I coughing?
Rich hacking and coughing.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm just about to nod off finally, and I hear. I'm like, wow.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
What are you gonna do?
Kill myself.
Please don't.
I'll try.
So.
And if you'll notice, the lighting's improved.
Yes.
With
the lighting was always good on your end. The lighting's improved on this end.
Yeah, you don't have that. You got that crappy like incandescent look to the light bulbs. They're very yellow.
Yeah.
So I brought the nice circle light thing. So we're all.
So I look like I'm alive again.
You do. You're not like cast in shadow. Although there's a light right above you, I don't like that.
Yeah. Oh, we could turn it off, but yeah.
That won't carry the light.
Yeah.
But it's good enough.
Good enough. Mike says it's good to see you. Hopefully the trip went well.
I can read it, Rich. I'm right here.
I forget.
I just read it. Thank you. I just talked about the trip, and it was... Oh, my God. It was so long. Oh, my God. Like, I felt like I'd been driving for days, and I looked down at my map, and, like, I hadn't even, like, passed out of New York yet. I was like, oh, my God. This trip's going to take so long. I was supposed to get here by...
Sunday night?
Yeah, because I had an interview that was lined up for Monday, and, like, I think around Saturday, I'm like, there's no way I'm making it there. I'm not driving 12 hours a day. I'm going to kill myself. It's so bad. Like,
yeah.
Maybe if it was the middle of summer, I probably could have done it, but, like, driving at night, and my headlights suck.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's snow and ice. I'm just like, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable driving at night. It's too stressful.
That's fair.
Yeah. Plus, I was carrying so much crap in my car, like all of my belongings. I have like a Chevy Cobalt, and it's not big on space. But so my entire trip cost me about $1,600
It's not terrible.
in gas and hotels and food. Oh, and then souvenirs. I got Rich a keychain. Which you're not using, I see.
Not yet. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it.
Do we want to get into the topics, or are you still trying to figure it
No,
out?
we can get to topics.
Let's get right into the topics.
Right into them. Oh, that fingerprint. So quick.
What? Because it was instant. I had to, like, do this, though, but it's because I don't have any room over here.
Oh.
I have to pick it up and hold it like this. And make, like, the right face. Whatever face I was making when I signed up for this stupid thing. I fucking hate it.
Oh,
Other
man.
than that, I love my iPhone 14.
Yeah.
But, one of the big reasons I upgraded this, because the Imager, whatever I can never figure out how you're supposed to say it. The app was like ass on my other phone, but turns out it's just shitty programming because it runs like ass on this. That wasn't the only reason I upgraded my phone, but that was one of the reasons. And they gave me a free pair of iPods. Yeah,
AirPods.
Whatever. I don't give a shit about Apple, Rich.
Anything Apple, you put the I in front of it.
I thought that was their naming scheme.
It was until Jobs died.
Yeah, and they're like, fuck him.
Yeah.
It's not like he was successful or anything. We gotta do our own thing.
Yeah, speaking of Apple, I learned this week that they're supposedly working on allowing third-party apps outside of the App Store, finally, for the first time ever.
Oh my god.
It's kind of crazy, because I never thought I would see the day, but...
Apps that aren't installed via the App Store?
Right. Like, side-loading.
Yeah, like developer mode.
Yeah.
I see that causing nothing but problems.
Yeah, probably.
But
I mean...
It's not even like their store does a good job vetting apps, because I've probably brought this up before. Like, I've seen scam apps
things get
on
by.
the iStore. And like copycat. That was something I wanted to talk
Did you
about.
call it the iStore?
I'm sorry, what is it called?
The App Store?
Oh, the Apple Store. Okay. Any stores, Androids, Google Store, and all that crap. It's like just copycat apps. Like even trying to find something. Like I use like CCleaner.
Yeah.
And I thought there used to be an app for it. And maybe just not on Apple. Maybe it's just on Android.
Yeah.
So I go to look for it, and they'll use the metadata for CCleaner to advertise all their stupid apps.
Yeah.
So
Kind of like what we used to do when we were on YouTube. We'd put like
a
bunch of stupid words.
If we're doing it, it's fine.
Right.
Not on the App Store.
The App Store has to stay pure.
I thought that was the whole point of it. They wouldn't let people on, and if somebody came up with the technology that Apple could benefit from, they banned them from the store and then took the technology for themselves.
Well, I remember having the Siri app before it was snagged up by Apple.
Yeah, you talked about that before.
Yeah.
But
it was cool.
Yeah, the App Store's out of control, so now we're going to allow third party.
Apparently.
Great.
We'll see. Hopefully it goes well. I'm sure they've got to put some kind of protections into it, though. Like, they're not going to make it the Wild West. I'm sure they're going to, like, limit your access to something else if you have this
Why would
enabled.
they do that? Because they're so big on that 30%
Well, I don't
that
think
they take from...
I mean, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but I'm sure money has a lot to do with it. Let me rephrase that.
Well, how's Apple making money?
The 30%.
Off the third parties?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Why
they
would they
wouldn't.
allow third party? Because then you can circumvent the App Store.
Right. But more than money, you have the security concerns of having the ability to add apps.
I don't get it. Did they like?
Because they're not vetting anything. It's just, you can add
Did they give any explanation for why they're doing this?
Mm-mm. It was just like a leak that somebody said they were supposedly working on it. So we've heard nothing official yet.
This doesn't sound very Apple-y of them.
It doesn't.
It's
I wrong.
What? Oh my god. That's stupid because I've been hearing. I didn't even know about this 30% thing.
Yeah.
So I have Bandcamp. I buy like a podcast I listen to. They have like a Christmas episode they always do, so I always buy it each year. And then I go on my Apple phone.
It's an iPhone.
Oh, it's an iPhone. Okay. I go on and I go to Bandcamp, and there's no option to purchase the stupid thing. So I'm like researching it, and Apple will actually take 30% of in-app purchases as well. So I have to go on a computer, go to the website, buy the episode, and then download it on my phone. So not only they I guess there's no money. It's a free app, so there's no money for it. But I don't know, 30% is kind of freaking
kind of high, but
yeah.
But they keep it very clean for the most part. Some stuff gets by, but they eventually catch it and pull it out.
Wasn't that something to do with Elon?
Yeah, so he said he was gonna have the payments cost more if you buy them through the App Store or through the in-app purchasing part. So, like, instead of $9.99, it'd be like $12.99 or something.
That's crazy. That is a large amount to take.
I mean, they got to be able to get their money, and you can't fault the companies for wanting to like get their cut, and make up for that 30% they're losing. You know. So
Sorry, I'm hearing all the noise.
yeah,
Do you have like an on-air sign? Can we buy an on-air sign? And if it's lit,
they know we're on air.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Apple. I've never liked Apple's. I did and I didn't. I was like a love-hate. I liked their store because they vetted
Right.
shitty apps, but now it seems like they don't.
Well, because they keep getting pressure from the other side that they're not allowing apps in that.
I've seen straight scam apps on there. Like I've been taken by an app that said it did something and I paid for it and it didn't do it. And that's why I don't.
Well, there's a lot of those games that are that way. Like
Those stupid
you
games.
click on an ad because the game looks cool and then it doesn't look anything like that in real life.
Oh, that's a whole other thing that marketing thing. Yeah.
It's a good market.
That's a good market. Tricking little kids with sexual content. That's
Yeah.
a great That's a great market. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't trust apps, and I don't want to try apps. So I was looking for the face replacement. I was telling you about that. The face swap app.
Right.
Something that did that, and I'm looking on the store, and they're free app with in-app purchases.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so I download to try it. It won't let you do anything unless you buy the
in-app
app.
purchase.
Yeah, you figure it would show you a demo. This is how good our app works. It won't even do that.
It's free to look at, Jay.
You can look at the app,
You have to look
not what the app does.
Can't actually use it.
Jesus Christ!
Oh man.
Why your screen's like glitching out over here too?
Yeah. That's normal.
That's normal. Rich has got like screens that like fuck up. Like there's one that just goes all static.
It's because I have too much pushing through my Dell docking device. So
I'm wondering if that's what's going on. My screen turns off for like a few seconds and then turns back on, like while I'm working on it for my work laptop. So I'm wondering if the work docking station sucks or something. Oh, no Andy tonight?
no Andy tonight.
Wow.
Ah, bummer.
I quit. Let's just stop.
We got Mike here.
Hey, Mike!
Drizzle's at the fucking zoo.
Drizzle's at the zoo. Although he said it's cold and he didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll leave early and.
I scolded him for having a life. I said, how dare you have a life? There should be nothing other than drunk tech support.
Right.
All right, do we...
Fuck that Mike, dude.
Fuck him. Are we going through our notes in order? We want to jump in Elon?
I don't really care, but I figured we could get through the other stuff before we spend...
There's so much stuff before we even get to the Elon stuff.
Well, a lot of it's real quick.
Okay.
Like, I just want to bitch for a few minutes about this knowledge base 5011233.
What is this, a Windows update?
So, yeah, they pushed out this Windows update at the beginning of November. I think it was November. Maybe it was December. I don't know. Everything's blended together because we haven't podded in a month. But the point of the thing was to...
All right, I had COVID.
Oh, yeah. Before you moved.
Rich got sick, and then we didn't pod, and then the next weekend I got COVID and didn't pod.
Yeah.
And then I was moving, so we didn't pod again. So it's almost been a month. Sorry, go ahead.
It's crazy. But anyway, so they did it to disable old encryptions that shouldn't be used anymore because they're vulnerable, whatever. And so the reasoning was great, but I didn't know it was coming, and it broke all of my file shares. Like, all of them. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I didn't put two and two together that it was a Windows update.
Yes.
The
I
Italian
told you that.
thing.
You're like, you're really freaking out. You're like, oh, my shit stopped working. I'm like, isn't it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Isn't it like Windows update time?
Yeah. Well, I got busy. I didn't really think too much into it. But anyways, I figured it out finally, and I re-enabled the problem was RC4 got disabled. I re-enabled it temporarily. I got it working. And if I don't figure out how to get everybody on OneDrive by April, in April it's going to stop working again because they're completely removing the ability to add RC4 back in. So right now I can band-aid it by turning it back on, even though it's insecure.
What are you doing using an outdated encryption?
I didn't set it up.
Oh.
I'm just the guy that has to fix it.
Oh. Okay. And OneDrive comes with its own issues, apparently.
Yeah. But the biggest issue that there is the inability to automatically map team documents. But you can do it now with Intune. You just can't do it through group policy. It never works through group policy. But anyway, so I spent days trying to fix this problem, and it was just a fucking Windows update. So
It's always just a Windows update.
always. But
Well, at least you figured it out. instead of
Yeah.
being-
yeah.
How long would it have taken you to figure it out if I didn't say anything?
Somebody else mentioned Windows updates too, so I would have eventually figured it out. But yeah, probably should have checked that first, or at least looked at the calendar and seen what day it was. But
That should be like a alarm that goes off every Tuesday.
it really
so you know.
should.
And then I yelled at you. I'm like, "What are you doing pushing updates directly into production, Rich?" And you're like, "I don't have time for that."
Yeah, I ain't got time to vet every single update, and I'm just gonna push it through.
At least
I have backups.
You don't vet it. You just wait until you hear something like, "Okay, that one screws everything up. I'm gonna like not push that." But
I run them immediately
Who am
when
I?
they're available,
to tell you what to do.
and then if it messes up, I just restore the backup. The problem is when it's my file server. That's a 15 terabyte file server, so it takes a lot to restore that backup.
So are you guys pushing all that data to OneDrive, or are you still having a file server?
Pushing it to OneDrive.
Okay.
I
That
got
was fun.
15 petabytes in OneDrive apparently, so I think I have plenty of room.
Space. Can I borrow some of that?
Right?
I have the 1 terabyte. That's something that went through while I was traveling.
Yeah.
I like tried to cut off all my bills. Like I got a new credit card. I changed my PayPal, which didn't do anything, and bills kept going through as I'm driving out. Because I'm like, I need to hold on to the chunk of money I have. When I get there, then I'll pay my bills
Yeah.
in case my car breaks down or something. And as I'm driving, it's like Microsoft just charged you $120 for your fucking Office subscription. And then Beyond went through. That was like another $80. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it! I was so scared that like something would happen to my car. Like,
Yeah.
my car only had like 50,000 miles on it. And it's like an old car. It's
Seemed like it did pretty well.
yeah, it's fine. But I was just very, very nervous about
Yeah.
it. 'Cause-
Especially going through the mountains. But
God.
yeah. But I do have some news. I actually broke down and bought Modern Warfare 2.
We were playing last
Yeah.
night.
Yep.
Rich's kid is one of those cheaters. Those quick scopers that jump around a lot. And he whipped our ass like 30, and I think we had eight kills each between us.
If that.
Yeah, it's not good, but it was fun.
But it was fun. And,
I got kind of butthurt, but it was fun. And yeah, so remember how I was saying how awesome the menus were simplified and everything when it first came out? So they pushed out their Warfare, their Battle Royale bullshit, which integrated with the game, and now it's all... It sucks now. It sucks. It's back to the way Modern Warfare 1 was, where everything you do in the menu is trying to drive you to their battle zone or to buy battle packs and spend money on skins and crap like that.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Like, if you want to get into
even
just,
game modes now, we saw had a lock on them.
Yeah, we saw like third-party Mosh Pit or something like that, and it said free trial.
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't free like a month ago. So now they're trying to push. Oh, you spent $60 to $100 on the initial game.
Right.
You should get the game. You shouldn't have to keep spending money.
Right.
Not that I play any of that battle royale crap.
It's like the argument that I've always had is I don't mind paying $60 for a good game if that's my game, and then I can play it for however long I want to play it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to, other than like, updating with like DLCs and stuff. That
Well, yeah, that was always the thing. Like, and I used to be pissed about DLCs back in the day because they're like, if you don't get the DLC maps for multiplayer, you can't play with your friends.
Yeah.
So you have to spend the extra money to get the extra maps.
Yeah.
But And they're like, oh, just subscribe to Battle Pass. I don't think it's called Battle Pass. It's something like that, which is basically the subscription. It's like every time we release an update, you get one new map. You get one new. They do the same thing Battlefield
They're throwing you a bone for spending too much money.
Yeah, they do that. They do the operators thing, which is the same thing they did in Battlefield that I hated. But it seems less annoying in this because if you're playing against a team, playing a team game, the characters on the other team don't look like your characters. They actually keep separate operators on each team. So there's like two factions. You can select a character for one, select a character for the other. Unlike Battlefield, where you have 50 people on your team with the same skin, and then 50 people on the other team that have the same fucking skin. Yeah. And it just takes you out of the game. It's so stupid. Modern Warfare actually does it better. Which makes sense, because Battlefield, DICE, and EA and all them, they tried to force their game to be something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
And just don't know how to do it well, and screwed everything up. There was a new map that was released for Battlefield that I tried to play, and brand new map.
You just tried to play the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new map. This has come after many, many quality of life updates, and I'm playing on the map, and I go into a building, and the floor's missing. It's just like I'm floating in space, and I'm like, they just can't get it right, dude. I'm like, I don't know why it's installed on my Xbox. Every time I go in and try to give it another chance, I just get pissed, and I stop playing it. Like, it's awful.
That is awful.
But anyway, yeah, Modern Warfare did that thing where they script the menus. Even so, use your left and right bumpers to switch to the menus. It's like operators, weapons customization, battle pass, and if you're trying to scroll past,
as you go to it, it pulls up a full
it just
screen
takes over
ad.
the screen, and you have to watch a video, and you have to click next to all these tutorials because they're just trying to train you to go directly there. Even at the end of the game, the end of a match, it pops up. Push X to go to Battle Pass.
Yeah.
Or I'm probably saying the name wrong.
Yeah.
iPass.
Warzone.
Yeah. No, Warzone's their multiplayer, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But I hate it. It's like aggressive marketing towards kids, and it's not cool. And I'm not giving them any money for it.
All right. Fight the machine. So we talked, I think in our last episode about that new web browser, Arc.
That was a couple episodes ago, I think.
Whatever. I did get some invites, and I shared them with a couple of folks that watched
Did you give me an invite?
I did not. I didn't think you'd want one.
Oh my god. No, I don't like to try out new things.
Yeah. No, I'll get you one. I haven't focused much on it, but I did work through
just fuck Jay,
setting it up and transferring all of my data from my Firefox, and I actually got all of my bookmarks in there, cleaned it up, and then I learned one of the cool features is they have spaces where I can have a personal space for all of my normal web browsing, and then I can have a drunk tech support one for drunk tech support, and keeps it completely isolated.
Sounds like profiles.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But they're called spaces.
Oh, okay. So innovative. I'm surprised Apple didn't make it.
But I also learned it is Chromium based, just like every other fucking browser in the world.
Because Chromium's good.
It is, but they marketed it as a totally new browser, and then I found out it was Chromium, and I was like, okay,
it's just a skin.
Yeah.
Over.
I mean, it is truly a new way to browse. Everything's on the side. There's no URL thing. You can have apps that are bookmarked, sort of. But and actually, I could show it.
Yeah, that's kind of
This is it right here.
That's kind of anticlimactic because you're like, bro, it's a new browser.
Yeah.
Somebody's finally building a browser from the ground up, and then it's like, it's Chromium.
Oh. Yeah, it was a disappointment, but I still have a couple of invites available if anyone's interested.
Me?
I'll give you one.
God damn.
Jeez. Why you got hate?
I don't know, my fingerprint didn't work.
So anyway.
Do you want to discuss the downfall of social media, Rich?
I mean, I kind of do. I just kind of realized, Twitter's collapsing, obviously, and very quickly.
It's like I mean, it was always a cesspool,
Yeah.
but it's like...
And, like, Facebook is not doing well. I mean...
I got rid of my Facebook.
Meta in general is, like, not doing well. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, is social media as we know it about to change again? Like, I mean, you gotta think we went from the MySpace world to what we have now, which is a lot more of the video and more multimedia sharing than we've ever had. Now that we have internet that can support it.
Yeah, but all social media is an interface for sharing that stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to like keep up with TikTok, and in doing so, doing terrible.
Yeah. And TikTok itself is,
TikTok to me isn't social media.
well,
I mean, it's just sharing dumb video clips and going like this to text.
well,
and I'm old curmudgeon.
and then there's the talk about trying to ban TikTok, and if they get rid of that, then
And every social media company just apes off of whatever's popular. I mean, Facebook owns Instagram, right?
yeah,
So they got the Reels and crap.
yeah,
I don't know if YouTube's talking about doing short form.
they have it already.
Oh God.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts, I think they're called.
Yeah,
But-
I've even lost interest in Reels. I don't even go like I was talking about how I was addicted to just scrolling through
Yeah,
Reels,
yeah,
and now I'm just
yeah.
like, this is all
It's all the
crap.
same shit.
Yeah, you see enough of it, and they're like, well, it's programmed to like only show you something good every once in a while, so you get that dopamine hit, and then you're like, it's like the way slot machines work, because you
I'm
don't always
sure.
win, and then when you do win, you're like, oh my God, I got to keep playing.
It's the same algorithm they use for everything else that we do now.
Yeah,
They're trying to get us hooked on it.
I mean, Facebook's just failing because they have an idiot in charge,
Well, yeah.
and
Which I learned from you that there's a clause in his contract or something that they can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah, we were wondering why. I was wondering why, like, he hadn't been, like, they haven't ousted him at this point. He's lost so much money just on a whim of something that's not even. I don't even think futurists are like, oh my God, virtual reality is the future.
no.
It's not. I mean, it's a thing. It's a fun thing.
Yeah.
But like I say, I haven't touched my stupid
I mean,
headset.
all you have to say is the people that work there on the project don't use it.
Yeah, you gotta force the people making it to
Enough said.
actually use it. Yeah.
And at its core, the whole company is nothing more than a data collection.
Yeah, they got that bad vibe attached to them. Like,
And they're going to continue doing it. And actually, one of my other topics I wanted to talk about today was about that, because it came out that some of the tax filing websites were secretly sharing data with Meta. Why Meta needed our tax information, I don't know. But,
what?
like, I don't even want them to know which service I use. Like, they shouldn't have any of that information.
What would
Even
they
if
do
it's
with
just
that information?
metadata.
Are they just like third party buying it so they can sell it?
Probably.
Because that's what their thing is. They sell your data.
But the key there was that it's secretly being done and nobody knew about it, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
No, it's very shitty. It's very shitty.
Yeah, and a lot of this whole Meta thing, this seems like desperation since Apple like cut them off or something.
Yeah.
They sort of said screw you, and this was at 30%. No, it was with the update that so you could tell it not to track you.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, the privacy
Yeah.
improvements.
And that killed a lot of Facebook's revenue. That was another reason their stock price dropped. And now I feel like they're desperately trying to create this new technology that's going to be like their new data harvesting thing, because it's got cameras and they can see all in your house and shit. And like,
Well, they got the Roomba that maps your house, and then you've
what
got
is that? Wi-Fi enabled Roomba?
yeah, the little vacuum. It maps out your house.
And then uploads it somewhere?
Mhm.
Yeah, but you just get a basic Roomba that just bounces on the walls and doesn't
I
actually.
don't know that they exist anymore.
So get a Shark. Get some ghetto off-brand Roomba.
So they sent.
I'm
it to
getting
China.
a Roomba, goddammit.
Yeah, so it was H&R Block, Tax Act, and Tax Slayer. And they transmitted data through a Meta-provided tool for businesses called MetaPixel.
I guess maybe they use it to see what your income is so they can, like, advertise to you based off of whether you're, like...
And sometimes the data was generated and shared was regardless of whether or not that person used Facebook. They were still taking the person's data.
What? Wait, TurboTax in there?
No.
All right, I use TurboTax.
Yeah, me too. But yeah,
that's concerning.
yeah. So now they tried to find out if this was legal, but the IRS declined to comment. So at least last I knew.
Oh my god! Didn't we also read something about like tax company was like firing employees for double dipping?
Yeah, that was Equifax.
Because they were using their own like data to like track employees. That's crazy.
Yeah, they found out they were employed somewhere else.
I'm getting on board with this privacy thing, Rich.
Yeah,
you should be excited.
These companies shouldn't know half of what they know. Like some
also,
of it,
they can just advertise shit to you.
Yeah, if they were using it for something more positive.
How many people out? It's got to be idiots that see an ad on Facebook or something like, ooh, click. The same people that get those stupid games that don't advertise what the game actually looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all terrible.
Yes,
but I don't think it's gonna get better. And I think if
we should start our own social media company, Rich.
Why?
I don't know. So we could just.
Why don't we just go outside and talk to people and be social?
That's never coming back, Rich. We'll all be wearing virtual reality headsets. We'll all be 500 pounds just stuck in a chair with virtual reality. What's that movie with Bruce Willis where he had the bad toupee? And like it was a virtual reality thing. He was like solving crimes.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I can't remember the name of it.
For some reason, the only Bruce Willis movie I can think of is not that one.
There's like a hot chick. There's like a hot chick in VR world, and then like he ends up seeing her in real life, and she's like this big gross person, like can't get out of the chair. Awesome. Surrogates.
There you go.
That was it.
2009. Set in a futuristic world where humans live in isolation and interact through surrogate robots.
Oh, that's what it was. Robots. But they use like these VR type setups to like.
Kind of like Avatar.
Yeah. Which just came out with the new movie, and I heard it's
Avatar
getting okay
2.
praise.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I wasn't interested in the first one.
I never was either, but I watched it like a week ago for the first
The Way of the Water. And there's all those people that were like, why can't Avatar world be real? I want to kill myself and be reborn in Avatar world.
94% like this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it is pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out eventually.
Oh, God.
So, I know you're itching to talk about our favorite person.
Elon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can you play our thing?
I definitely can and will.
And we don't have to worry whether I can hear it or not?
This is true. It's nice. I like it.
It is nice.
But, yeah.
You're going to type so hard? The mic is right above the keyboard. Crikey.
It's not as bad as that,
I made sure the mic
the
is
first
not...
couple of episodes we did where
Oh my God, you're typing with your fist? Yeah. I got the microphone attached to a separate desk, because if it was attached to this wobbly, crappy one we're using, that's all you would hear, just typing.
Oh, man.
Hopefully the audio for this is okay.
I'm sure it will be. We did spend a lot of time
I'm
getting
sure.
it.
Why wouldn't you have this queued up? It's an Elon-centric episode.
This is true. I don't know why.
So I can actually, like, see you being lazy. God.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize that was
And it's
gonna
the
be...
good one? The good one?
Yes.
Okay. He sucks. We should have, I should make a video for that.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to sit here, like, not knowing what to do while it's playing. Either we dance to it or just look off into space until it's done playing.
You know, I didn't realize I was going to be judged on my laziness.
I'm constantly judging you, Rich. You should be aware of this by now. We have so much Elon news, and this is going back 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At this point, because we were supposed to do this before Rich got sick 3 weeks ago, and then I moved and got sick, and da-da-da-da-da. And then, did I get sick, or was I just like, I don't feel like potting?
No, you were sick.
I was sick.
Yeah. You were actually going to try.
I lost my
pot, and
voice.
I was like, no, just rest.
I lost my voice for a day. It was pretty bad. It wasn't that bad because I had my booster like a few months previously.
Yeah.
So I just got like kind of shitty sick where you feel it up in here and then it works its way down your lungs and you're like, eh.
Yeah.
But I still have coughing fits. Anyway, Musk news. Musky month. This is a month full of fun musky madness. Oh, we should have called it musky madness.
But we went with mayhem.
Okay.
I like mayhem better.
Yeah.
It has more of a negative connotation.
I guess. Yeah, so he bought Twitter and did that cringy thing where he's like, let that sink in.
Yeah, and then he walked in with a sink. Yeah.
God, and he's like, he's so like a 50-year-old dad trying to like to appeal to like his like teenage kids' friends. Like,
kitchen sinks are cool, right? Kids?
Yeah, kids love kitchen sinks. You get it? It's a meme. I love memes. I'm Elon Musk. Oh,
yeah,
and
but he comes in day one and like basically fired half of the staff, like
not understanding how it ran or anything.
Yeah,
and then started just making changes. Like people are like, he's gonna make these changes, realize they suck, and then realize why Twitter had them in place to begin with.
Right.
He's just gonna slowly figure out how to run Twitter,
which is basically what happened with the checkmark thing.
Oh my god, what is the story of the checkmark? I don't even know if that's like.
So he started charging.
No, I know
like
that
$8, and then they decided to crawl it back because everybody made those false accounts.
Yeah,
like Mario flipping everybody off and.
Oh, the stock that crashed.
Yeah.
The insulin stock crashed because they had a check mark. Thanks, Musk. You just tanked a $1 billion industry. Billions of dollars.
Oh, man. But yeah, it's... So he's already walked that back, and I'm sure he's hired people back that he fired, too. Like, he had to call them up and be like, hey, we made a mistake.
He had the guy that was in control of security said that Musk called him because they were locked out of the building and their badges didn't work and begged him to come back. That was one of the things I saw.
Oh, man. And he went as far as to pose with one of the guys, at least one of them that I saw, and was like, you know, we made a mistake letting this guy go. I'm glad he's back. And I'm like...
Oh, my God. And he posted that picture where they had, like, I don't know, some woke t-shirt. It was just like a hashtag.
Yeah.
It was something... LGBTQ or something, and he was like making fun of them because they had like a room full of t-shirts for the employees and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's having a yard sale too, the Twitter yard sale.
What?
Selling off all their like kitchen supplies, like their fancy
he's like, I gotta make back my $40 billion somehow.
Office chairs,
my God.
all kinds of shit.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's and he didn't pay rent for a few months apparently. So.
Yeah, he told employees not to pay vendors, and they stopped paying rent. That's like apparently something that a billion, whatever they're worth, company can do. Like you and I can't just be like, we're not gonna pay rent.
Yeah,
we got to catch up on bills and stuff.
Yeah. We'll get you in a couple months.
Yeah. No, that's something that billionaires can do. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
God.
But yeah, and of course he set up bedrooms at Twitter. That's been a whole thing because he wants everyone working 24/7 and.
Yeah, he came up with that. I was watching some documentaries about how he runs businesses. This is not normal. I mean, this is normal for him. This is what he does. Yeah. He comes in, he makes there's people that he had handlers at his other companies because he's not smart. Everyone keeps like, oh, he's like the Tony Stark of our time. No, he's just a rich guy that bought companies that had to do with technology. He's not like brilliant or anything.
He's actually already admitted that he has too much on his plate too, which everybody was worried about. You know,
is he losing his hair again?
Right.
He's that stressed out.
But he told the staff that they had to work long hours at high intensity.
Yeah, he did that fork in the road thing.
Yeah.
To build a breakthrough Twitter 2.0 and succeed in an increasingly competitive world, we'll need to be extremely hardcore. This will mean working long hours at high intensity.
And sleeping in your office.
And sleeping in the office. And that's a bunch of people quit.
Yeah.
Like, people in payroll, like, quit. Like, there was, like, a point where they're like, how... We weren't even sure they were going to get the employees paid that were there. And then I was hearing that there was, like, a mass exodus after he put out this... anyone who has not done so by 5 a.m. will receive 3 months severance. Basically saying, like, you got to work your ass off and not take vacation and just be here 24/7. And people are like, screw that. And they go to leave. But there are people there that are on like work visas in America and can't just easily switch jobs. And I heard that a lot of them were forced to stay behind.
Yeah. It's either that or they go back home.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
bullshit.
It's been kind of crazy. I mean, he started cleaning house. I mean, and from the top down, like he started with executives and then moved his way down.
Oh, did you hear he used like a loophole to fire the executives without giving them their like golden parachute,
No,
their severance and stuff? Yeah, he put them down as some bullshit reason for firing them, basically.
Wow.
That voided their severance and all that. Which they they're like turning around to sue him.
Of course. Yeah, I did see a bunch of people were trying to sue for coming in and just cleaning the house like that.
Oh my god, he was making posts about like why Twitter was running badly, and one of the people that programmed Twitter is like, "What are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense." He's like some.
Oh yeah, he called him out publicly.
Yeah, he's like some bit of code isn't optimized. That's why Twitter's running slow because we have all these things running, and the guy's like, "Dude, you can literally pull up like you do the code view on the web browser," and he like highlighted like this one line of code. He's like, "This is what's doing that work. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have like all these other things running. It's all done server side, I think is what it was." Elon was saying it's all done on your device, and that's why it was running slow. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's apparent.
He's like a snake oil salesman. He's like just like a expert bullshitter that had a lot of money from his father's emerald mine business.
Something.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, and he brought back Trump. Although Trump said he's happy with Truth Social, so. You know.
Talk about social media is going nowhere.
Yeah, right.
That's
Do they still have a wait list for signups on that?
I don't even know, dude. That's like the right wing dating site that went under. That was like another thing.
Jesus.
That was made. You never see any quoted posts from that stupid media site.
Well, except his. The news.
I guess I don't even see. It's been very quiet. It's been very nice actually.
Yeah. Actually, they were just talking about that yesterday because he announced he was running for president and then disappeared for a week. But anyways, there was even talk of Twitter bringing back Vine, which they bought and shut down. Mm-hmm. I actually liked Vine back in the day. And,
I like Vine. A lot of Viners are like YouTube.
Yeah, they're
people I follow now.
YouTube Shorts, and
yeah,
it's kind of nice. But yeah, it's.
I'd be okay with that, but under Musk, I don't. It'd probably be a shit show.
The code hasn't been reviewed since 2016. It's hasn't been updated. We have no idea if it's even okay to use at this
Web
point.
3.0
And he fired half the staff, so there's nobody really to work on it.
Yeah, he'll just take some more people off SpaceX and Tesla to work on it. Because that's what they signed up for.
Well, through all this crap that's been going on the last couple of weeks, well, over a month now, there was actually news from Neuralink, and it just kind of flew under the radar because all everybody cares about is Twitter and how it's imploding. So.
Yeah, hold on. He wants to use Neuralink in actual...
people. Human testing.
And I had heard or read somewhere that the death rate of these implants on these animals is way too high to be saying that we're just going to do human trials. In all, the company has killed about 1,500 animals, including more than 280 sheep, pigs, and monkeys.
Wow.
Oh, that's like 2018. So it's been way more.
It's more now.
Yeah, it's way more now.
But they're ready. Within 6 months, they want to be working on a human guinea pig.
Oh, and these deaths are attributed to them trying to rush human trials.
Yeah.
They're trying to like perfect it to use human trials, so they're like needlessly like killing off animals. Not that animals are food to me. Like, I don't care. I'd rather them test on animals than humans.
Well, yeah, and that's the argument for.
Unless it's pointless stuff like cosmetics, I say test away on humans. Like,
yeah.
Don't put lipstick on a pig, man. That's just animal cruelty. I love when I go to read something and it's all like, hey,
paywall.
Hey, pay us money. Like all the links uses?
Well,
Like your stupid Apple News?
because I have Apple News.
It's bullshit. I'm not paying for Apple News. Apple News Plus. Right?
Right.
Not iNews?
No, it's not iNews.
Okay.
Oh.
Elon killed two-factor authentication.
The SMS-based.
SMS-based two-factor authentication, which a lot of people still use, and they're like, "Hey, I can't log into Twitter all of a sudden."
Which I was telling you earlier.
Did he fix that?
They did bring it back, but the last I saw, it wasn't for everybody. Some people have it back, but not everybody. But I'm okay with them getting rid of it because SMS is not the securest way to be doing two-factor. Securest? Is that even a word?
Most secure?
Most secure way to do it.
The securiest.
The securiest. But the way they did it, I mean, it's basically just rip off the Band-Aid and hope nobody bleeds everywhere. Like,
they're just making unnecessary changes. Like, if you were going to kill text-based SMS two-factor authentication, you give everybody a heads up.
yeah.
Hey, this is our roadmap, and down the road we're looking at this is going away, so you better switch to, what's the other option? App-based
Yeah, like
two-factor?
push. You can do push or
Yeah.
tokens, like actual physical hardware tokens.
Yeah, and then there was news that
This video is brought to you by Policy Genius.
What'd I do?
Family members who depend
my God.
on your income. You need life
oh my
insurance,
god, if
and
only I had an Apple product.
So, more on them in a bit.
What is going on?
I don't know.
You know what? The stupid pen on this thing acts like a play button. If I hit it when I'm holding it, it'll like play whatever I was watching. At least it wasn't porn.
Right? That would have been awkward.
What was I saying? What was I just saying? Oh,
Two-factor. Give them a heads up.
Ukrainian. Apparently, if you have a Ukrainian phone number, you can't sign up for Twitter. And so I don't know if that's like a fuck you to like Ukraine from that other thing he did where he like killed Starlink because somebody like he gets butthurt. He goes on Twitter too much and he gets butthurt by the haters. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, oh I mean that's basically what he is. It's a big baby running Twitter, and he's been like censoring people. Wasn't his whole purpose of buying this to make it like
Free speech.
free speech? Is unless you're making fun of Elon, then fuck you."
Yeah. Well, the guy that was tracking his jet, he actually came out and said that he wasn't going to shut it down because he was serious about free speech, and then he turned around and shut him down and sued him.
Yeah, because he couldn't buy him off. He tried to offer him like what $5,000 to take down his Twitter page. The guy's a billionaire, and you offer somebody $5,000, like, and of course the guy didn't take it.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny now is there is a Reddit page dedicated to tracking his plane now.
Of course.
So he's gonna have to go and buy Reddit.
They'll just move platforms.
Elon's just gonna buy the internet. So he banned the guy.
Nobody
finally.
will make fun of me.
Exactly. That's all this is. And the kid that had the page, he was Elon said, "Well, we have a new rule. You can't dox people." That's what he's saying. Is showing where his plane locations is basically doxing.
Well, supposedly it was because he felt like his son was at risk, which I get.
His son Zeta X2,
Yeah, whatever.
493,
Whatever character he's using.
What? Go!
Jesus.
See your kid out of the corner of my eye. Like, what does he want?
Just hovering. You know?
I know. He's like wrapped up in a blanket. Like, my God.
Anyways.
So yeah, the Ukraine thing was
They lost tons of advertising. Like
50 of the 100 top companies advertising have pulled out because they're like, fuck this.
Well, I mean, companies don't want to have that level of risk with something simple like advertising, and you know.
And it's all it's probably trolls, like, because after this free speech thing happened, people are no longer worried about their accounts getting suspended for hate speech and stuff. So they're like, use of the N-word shot up like 1,000% after he took over, and that's one of the reasons advertisers are like, all right, well, we don't want to be advertising on like hate speech stuff. They did have some sort of moderation before that. Now it just seems like it's it's like personal Elon moderation. What he thinks is offensive to him, he'll block. You.
Oh,
He
the other
blocked
day.
two journalists, someone with like the New York Times and like the Post or something like that. That's recent.
Yeah.
That just happened.
He's worried about freedom of speech, not freedom of the press.
Yep.
He also declared bots dead, like 90% dead on the platform. And then somebody posted 2 words and proved him wrong. It was
What were the words?
sugar daddy.
Looking for sugar daddy? Click here.
And like immediately all these bots started messaging them. So obviously they're not dead.
So I guess Twitter does have a bot problem.
Yeah.
It's
Which he said before the purchase that there was. He even
and
tried
everyone
to use
thought that was
as
like an excuse.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all knew it had.
But he's also fired so many people from like cybersecurity and like programmers, like people that were in like positions that are taking care of this stuff are no longer there.
Yeah.
And now they're not paying their bills.
It's crazy. It's just been a shit show.
You and me, we don't even use Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, unless we have like our shit looped into Twitter, so it'll post.
Yeah. It'll automatically post.
I mean, we don't go onto Twitter to post anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried to. It was.
We're just not good at keeping up on it. But the automatic stuff works really well.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So.
Blech. So yeah, it's just been a crapshoot.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
Is that all the Elon Musk news we had? I'm sure there's like tons of stuff that happened today alone.
Oh, I'm sure.
There was banning journalists. He was just banning people that are talking smack about him, basically.
Yeah.
Anyone that's critical of Elon Musk. Ooh. We should go on Twitter and
No.
we'll
I ain't poking that bear.
Elon Musk sucks. Let's get banned on Twitter. Who cares? It's not like any of our traffic comes from Twitter. I'm going to do that. If I just post on Facebook, it'll go on to Twitter?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, you just tell me
No,
that.
it's Instagram. If you do it on Instagram, it'll post automatically on Twitter.
Oh, I can't just post text on Instagram. Or let's post that bald picture of Musk from when he worked there. Or that stupid Halloween costume. Did you see that? Where he's all like wearing armor and shit?
Yeah.
That's like his profile picture now, I think.
Jesus.
Fuck Elon.
Yeah.
Can't believe I had a poster of him.
Well, that was before he went off.
It really pulled the wool over my eyes. Or I didn't know who he was until it literally started with Joe Rogan, and that pedo thing where he called the guy the pedo guy.
Oh yeah.
That was right before. That was before the Joe Rogan thing, and it's just been all downhill since.
Yeah.
It's like the shroud has been lifted. He's just a scummy douchebag.
I mean, he's still done some good things. I mean.
Well, yeah, normalizing the electric car and all that crap.
Yeah.
I mean,
and wanting to put.
I'm just
people
saying
on
him as a
Mars,
person.
and his companies have done good things. I guess is the best way to say it. But he's losing it.
These big billionaires, they shouldn't be celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we shouldn't care what Jeff Bezos up to.
Right.
Like, we should never see his fucking face unless he's doing like a tech talk or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Unless he wants to smoke some meat like Zuckerberg.
Zuck, I don't want to see Zuck smoking meats. All right, shut up. Run your company. Stay out of the limelight. What? Facebook has been so quiet.
It really has.
I'm sorry, Meta.
It's just because all the focus is on Twitter right now.
I guess, yeah. They're like falling through the cracks.
Oh,
It's probably a bunch of dumb shit that's happened at Meta, and we're not aware of it yet.
I'm sure. So, yeah. I don't know what the future holds for Twitter, but we're just gonna sit back and watch this dumpster fire go.
You think he's gonna dump it? You think he has a clause? He fired all the chairmen, right? There's nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody can control him there, right?
Probably not.
God.
Must be nice to have a job you don't have to worry about people ousting you.
Yeah, it's like a union job.
Right?
Oh, you don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about either of us losing our job at Drunk Tech Sport, Rich.
Right.
At
That's
DTS
true.
Media.
That's true.
We are the CEOs.
Oh man. Hey, I wanted to bring this up for you because
Ooh, is this news about your iWatch?
it's my Apple Watch. This person fell 130 feet, and
Talked about this already.
no, I don't think we did.
I think we did.
I don't think we did. Anyways, He was hiking. He fell 130 feet, and he was saved because of his Apple Watch.
Oh, God bless the iWatch.
Because he didn't have his iPhone with him. But the Apple Watch was able to connect to the cellular network, and he was able to place a call and get help. And it saved his life.
You hold it up like you at the store. Just, help! Siri, call the police. Oh, shit. Is that your device is going to do that?
Shit.
Shit. Whoops.
Oh,
Will it actually do that?
Yeah.
It won't verify? Like, hey, are you sure?
Well, it's supposed to verify. Your voice must have been close enough to mine.
That's awesome.
Anyways.
See how good it is?
I'm just going to turn my phone upside down.
There you go.
But I like that.
I guess it's good he fell in a way that his watch didn't get smashed.
Right. I just like that technology is able to save lives now, regardless of whether it's Apple or not.
My Fitbit told me I was having a heart attack that one time. It's like your heart rate is way too high for someone that sits on their ass this much of the day. What you might want to see a doctor. Like,
and they just unveiled that new our iPhone 14s can do it. It's a satellite-based messaging. They're saying eventually they're going to add voice to the network as well. But for right now, if you're lost in the woods and there's no cell phone signal, you just got to hold your phone in the open, and it'll
towards the sky,
and that you can message 911. You know, get help
through Apple Message.
Right.
It's not iMessage?
No, it's iMessage. It's definitely iMessage.
It's great.
Anything that came out while Jobs was alive is something.
Okay.
Everything after that is Apple.
Well, that's not a confusing naming convention.
No.
So why don't they just call it? Why don't they call it the Apple phone then?
Probably because everybody knows the iPhone. It's part of our pop culture now.
It's like Apple innovation, I guess.
I guess.
It's like we've been using I this whole time. Let's just switch it up for the hell of it. That's what they've been doing basically. They haven't come up with anything new or great. They're just like, let's just switch up what we already have. Was the watch out when Jobs was around?
No, that's why it's the Apple Watch.
That makes sense. God damn it.
But anyway, I don't want to talk about this today.
No?
I'm going to save this for the next week.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about this.
This over
Yes,
here?
this thing
That
that nobody else can see.
This should be up on our screen, Rich. As you're reading notes, you can have the news up and people can like see it.
Oh, it's broken. I don't know what happened.
Oh my god. This is a wicked professional podcast we have here. Hey, we're in the same room.
Which caused no problems.
You know, it should just glitch out and then the green screen's where I'm standing.
Yeah.
I'll just disappear. I'm not really here.
It's all a ruse.
Yeah, all your shit's glitchy. Like your screen's like,
Don't worry about it.
it's like V-Sync.
Because I'm pushing too much through a little thing that wasn't made for that.
Okay. All right. What is this thing that you want to talk about?
So, there is a foundation called Overture Maps Foundation, and they're trying to break Google Maps monopoly on the world. And there's a bunch of companies that have joined the foundation, like
Apple's butthurt. Nobody uses Bing.
Microsoft, of course, was one of them. But the Linux Foundation is the people behind it, and they've got Amazon and Meta and Microsoft and TomTom, and they're trying to build a usable maps with an API and everything that doesn't rely on Google.
I've actually been using Apple Maps more than Google.
Really?
Apple has their own maps, right?
See, I use Waze, which is owned by Google because they sucked them up. Like,
So what are they talking about monopoly? There's like several different map.
well,
things
they're
that
not
people
as they're not as good, and their APIs aren't as useful.
Apple,
And, like,
Microsoft's like nobody's using Streets and Trips 2006 anymore.
right?
What the fuck?
You know what I missed though
used
is
to love
that
Streets and Trips.
last time I tried to use it, it wasn't there anymore. But Bing actually used to have a bird's eye view, and I wasn't able to use it last time I tried. So I don't know if they removed it or
What the hell is
what.
there a map app for Microsoft?
Like for the for
Microsoft
Windows?
Maps, Bing Maps, like what is their thing?
Their thing is Bing Maps.
Okay. So what's the monopoly? It's not like Google's like Google's just so good at it. Like, I don't understand why there's a monopoly.
Well, I don't know.
It's all the same stupid satellite data.
Not always. They have all different. There's all different companies that sell out the data. But
Hey, Windows, maybe if you had made a phone that didn't
this
suck.
is the issue. This is the issue. The Maps API costs money, and in 2018 they hiked the price of the API by 1,400%. So developers were forced to stop
that's
using
a
it or go
monopoly.
bankrupt.
That's definitely a monopoly.
Yeah.
That's like corner of the market, raise the price.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe if Microsoft could make a phone that didn't suck,
Yeah.
or give up on their phones, they would have an app that did maps that everybody would use.
Maybe.
You can't just like fail to death at that and then be like, hey, why doesn't anyone use our maps?
It's a good point, though. It makes me wonder if Google Maps would have been as popular if it wasn't for Android and early iPhones having exclusively.
I used to use
Maps.
Google Earth on my laptop just because it was fun.
Yeah.
I actually synchronized Google Earth with my standalone GPS USB device, and was able to track myself. Was able to use
I
it.
remember they used to sell those like serial.
I have
connected
one.
and
I have one
USB
up my thing.
connected GPS antennas.
Because I used to use Streets and Trips.
Yeah.
Back when I took the trip to Texas,
That was
I used Streets and Trips on a computer in the trunk of my car with the GPS device and that little screen that
that's
I had.
awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. That felt like innovative. Now everything's so fucking easy now. It's just like
Everything's in your phone.
it's on the phone, so I don't need to do anything.
Yeah,
It sucks.
a little bit.
Why can't things go back to when things sucked?
Maybe we're getting old.
It made me feel innovative. I don't feel innovative anymore. I don't ever feel like I'm doing something.
No, everybody can do what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I guess just being a nerd used to be like a
it used to be a
clicky thing.
Yeah.
Like you're now it's
used to be
just like,
special.
yep.
Now everybody's a geek.
I'm gonna hang myself. Why can't Windows make a phone that doesn't suck?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same reason that they can't make an ARM computer that's worth a damn. So, which was something I wasn't going to talk about today, but
You're gonna bring it up.
I might as well.
What is So they're trying to make their own chip. They're trying
Well,
to.
they have been. You know, there was the Surface RT that failed miserably, and there's been other attempts at it. And there's a Windows for ARM processors.
That was their downfall because you can't have a separate architecture and then have everyone be like, "Why don't my apps work on?"
Well,
it? That was the
exactly.
dumbest
That's the
fucking
thing.
idea ever.
The issue with it has always been the limitations of software because you can't run x86 apps on it. But my question is, why the hell can't they do what Apple did? Apple has Rosetta built in.
Mm-hmm.
You can just launch something that used to work on an x86.
Because they didn't think about it.
I mean, they're a billion-dollar company. They should be able to think of things like this.
Dude, they're always behind the curve. I'm surprised the Xbox.
I mean, they don't
is
even have to
viable.
think about it. They can just copy what Apple's doing. Like, they don't even have to be innovative.
I don't know. I mean, didn't the Xbox come out like 12 years after the PlayStation was already on the market?
Something like
And
that.
somehow that stuck.
Yeah.
But their iPod thingy, their Zune didn't work. Their phone didn't work. Their next phone didn't work. And
Buying
RT
Nokia
didn't work.
didn't
Windows
help.
8 didn't work. Like, it's just like I don't think I've already said this. They don't have a Steve Jobs.
No,
Gates isn't even in there anymore, and who's in charge.
I don't know.
I keep wanting to say Balmer. Steve Ballmer?
No, it's that, what's it, Natalia something, I don't know.
Hey Siri. Oh, I gotta unlock it. I guess I don't have Siri. Who's in charge of Microsoft? It says, who's in charge boff Microsoft?
You can't type where
can't
damn.
Saita Nadella. This looks like a Steve.
Nadella,
This guy wishes he was Steve Jobs.
He kind of doesn't have that look.
Wow.
Like, Indian Steve
He
Jobs.
looks like he doesn't have a creative gene in his body.
But he's been very good for the company. He's definitely opened their eyes to, like,
Since
Linux
2014?
and other operating systems. And, you know, we saw better apps coming to the iPhone and the iPad and even to Android.
Mm-hmm.
So the work he's done there has been fantastic.
So he was there when the phone failed.
Mm-hmm. But they're still failing at things. Like simple things.
Spectacularly.
Like, the Surface should be so easy to go ARM. They could be 100% ARM tomorrow if they would just write an app that would do the conversion.
So
I mean, Apple has switched architectures twice now that I know of.
Microsoft has no backwards compatibility. Yeah, they went from PowerPC to Intel.
And
to
we never
M2.
noticed because you could just run it. Because
Well,
it goes
I
up.
noticed when they went from PowerPC to fucking Intel, nothing ran.
Well, if you had Rosetta, it would.
Was Rosetta a thing?
Yeah. The newer Switch that they made, they have
built into
Rosetta
the chip.
2. No,
No.
it's software that you have to install. If you try to install the x86 app now on Mac OS, it'll actually say first you have to install Rosetta 2, and then it'll run you through it real quick, and then...
A Windows app?
No,
I'm talking about Mac apps.
No, a Mac app.
Oh.
x86.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Why did I know? I got my AT&T. How did I not know? That never came up once. Just the million different ways to take apart the different million billion Mac models.
Right. But it's just... It's still mind-blowing to me that they can't do this. And I mean...
And Surfaces, like, they
ARM
need their
has
own
proven-
chip. The chips they're using, whatever they're using, ICE...
Snapdragons.
Snapdragons?
Yeah, Qualcomm.
Aren't those ARM-based?
Yeah. But they're not all using that. They use Intel chips on most of
Yeah,
them.
those things heat up, like, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, Apple products, I have not noticed any... Like
No.
overheating issues.
No.
Like you try to
I mean,
use
the
a
Air
Surface.
doesn't even have a fan. It doesn't
Yeah,
need one.
I mean that got kind of the old Air I had, like the 2011. That thing was toasty.
Yeah.
But the newer ones, like my Nintendo Switch, I didn't even know it had a fan. It's got this quiet little fan in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was my issue with the Surfaces. Any ones I played with, they get so fucking hot, you feel like it's gonna break.
Mm-hmm. Or melt.
Yeah, melt.
What's the melting point of aluminum?
The last one I played with was like a Surface Go 3,
Yeah.
I think. But
I don't know. It just seems like it's such an easy solution that there must be some reason they're not doing it, and I hope it's just not complete ignorance.
that almost doesn't suck.
Yeah.
$600.
Yeah. It's a new dev kit type machine. It's basically like a all-in-one PC that you can plug in.
So wait, Windows runs on ARM natively,
Yeah, they have a
and you can
they
install
have
x86.
an ARM version, and you cannot install x86 apps. That's the
That
problem.
is still the case.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm on board. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I've never seen a
They
good
don't
reason.
even have the store crap anymore, do they?
No, that was the other thing. You know, part of
They don't have the
part of
ecosystem.
when Windows 8 came out, they started with the universal apps that were supposed to have the ability to run on anything. The
Yeah.
phone, the ARM-based surfaces, the Windows x86. It didn't matter. It would just work. And then nobody embraced universal apps. And I don't know if it's because Microsoft tried to push everything to the store if it was a universal app, and nobody wanted to use the store.
Or maybe people didn't want to rebuy apps they already owned.
Yeah.
Uh,
But whatever the case, it just never picked up, and they've stopped using it now. Like, universal apps aren't a thing anymore. So,
yeah. I think Microsoft's just going to become a gaming and enterprise company, and that's it. They're just going to be like, there's no more Windows 10 or anything. We're done.
The best thing they've done in the last 10 years is move to Azure, because they do a good job with Azure AD and moving enterprise to the cloud.
Yeah.
And they do a good job with the Xbox. That's their...
They do an okay job with the Xbox.
I
I'm not impressed with the game library.
Well,
I only have a handful of games I play in the damn thing.
true.
Callisto Protocol came out, and that turned out to not be great.
Yeah.
That was something I don't even know if I talked about on the show. I've been really waiting for that to come out because it was supposed to be like a Dead Space, like
I think you might have mentioned
in the vein of Dead Space, because it was the original creators of Dead Space that were involved in this, and then it turned out to be like, I'll have to download it and play it, and I can talk about it on the episode. But
The only
was waiting.
beef I have with the Xbox is the how hard it is to play multiplayer games.
Hey, we're playing last night.
Yeah, but we're in the same room.
That's true.
We can split screen now.
Yeah, we're doing split screen on Modern Warfare. And then I ran upstairs and we all played together.
Yeah.
That worked fine.
It did.
Yay.
Modern Warfare 2 is the first time we've had no problems.
Rich doesn't have his NAT type set to open. It's strict,
Yeah.
so it hurts matchmaking and crap. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're out of topics, Jay.
Was that an hour?
We're over an hour.
All right.
Hour and 20 minutes.
With our one viewer. Awesome. I didn't know you could see, like, how many people are watching this.
Yeah, you can see on
It
each
must be
platform.
disappointing to watch this every week. Just like 0, 0, 0,
You'll see sometimes
1.
like people come and go out of YouTube or, but you can see it real time.
Are we ever going to
And
throw
you
the
can see our
towel in?
time right here, so you know how long we've been on.
Yeah. Good thing we don't care if people watch our show.
Right?
Or I would have thrown the towel in a long
I'm pretty
time
sure
ago.
Mike's still there.
Yay, Mike! So yeah, smash that like button
Mm-hmm.
and other crap.
And turn on notifications so you see when we're live, and then I won't be so depressed.
We're sad, ladies and gentlemen. Please watch our show.
Let's not get beggy.
I never cared about this, Rich. You were the one that cared about
I don't
YouTube
care,
and all
though.
this streaming crap. I only cared about audio pod. I don't know how many times I've said that.
I know. All right.
Well, this has been Drunk Tech Support, live from Washington. Oh, should I not have said that?
No, you
Should I not have said Washington, D.C.?
No.